Hello, guys, and welcome once again to an epic episode of Therapy with Lenya. This month of June, we have been talking about men's mental health, and I'd like to share a thing or two, or maybe even spread awareness and educate someone out there about men's mental health. Okay, let's first start by understanding that men, just like women, suffer from mental health issues. Some of the common disorders that men actually go through are depression, anxiety, PTSD, and drug and substance abuse. Okay, so in a society where we've already grown up knowing that men are masculine, men are manly, and all that, let's delve into the myths and misconceptions that we have as a society have created that may hinder men or bring a barrier to them seeking help. Number one is men do not experience mental health issues. Yes, just like I said, they do experience it. And from the statistics of WHO, 75% of the number of people who actually suffer from mental health issues are men, which is a very huge number considering very few cases are actually reported. Very few men actually open up about the issues that they may be going through, and so many of them end up committing suicide or having the suicidal ideations. Okay, number two is seeking help is a weakness. Yes, so many of them have grown up knowing that seeking help or showing that you have any problem, meaning that you can't be able to solve them yourself, becomes an issue. You understand? Because going to ask for help or showing in any way that you are defeated or in any way that you really need help with something is a sign of weakness, which is very wrong because asking for help in itself is actually very strong. Okay, it takes a lot of willpower for someone to actually go and ask for help, to actually identify that they have a problem that needs help. Okay, so that is a myth, that is not the truth, it is not a fact. Another one is real men don't cry or show emotion. That is a lie. Just like women, men are human beings who have feelings, who have emotions, and who can actually cry. It gets to a point that you're so overwhelmed by emotions, so overwhelmed by feelings, that you have to show exactly how you're feeling. So when you tell this particular man or this particular society that a man should not cry or show emotion, that is not helping them at all, because the bottling up causes more damage than it actually helps. So men, yes, you can show emotion. Yes, you can be vulnerable in front of people. Yes, you can show that you actually feel and you are actually human. Another one is men should be able to handle their problems. Yes, self-reliance is actually encouraged, but when it gets to a point that you cannot seek for help, now that is where the problem is, because even the strongest people need help once in a while. So do not be strong thinking that self-reliance is going to help you in any way. Yes, it will help you, but when it comes to mental health issues, you actually do need to talk to someone to solve some of these issues. Another one is talking about mental health won't help. The saying, a problem talked about is half solved. That is not a myth or a parable. It is actually something that is real. When you talk about your issues, when you open up about whatever you're bottling up or the feelings and emotions that you have that you're actually feeling or are overwhelming you, that is solving half the problem. From there on, you may find a new perspective and find a solution to the problem that you may be having at that particular moment. So in no way should you feel that talking about your problems or maybe sharing with a stranger like a therapist is not going to help, because it will. Just try it first. Okay. Another one is anger and aggression are the only acceptable emotions for men. Yes, most of them will show their emotions through irritability, through anger and through aggression. But that is not the only acceptable emotion that men should go through. There's so many emotions you can actually go through. You can be happy. That is very real. You can actually cry. That is very real. You can actually be vulnerable in front of your friends, in front of your family members, your spouse, which is also acceptable. So do not feel in any way that when you feel in some different emotions other than anger and aggression, that they are not acceptable. That is a myth. Because as I said, you are human. You have feelings and you have emotions, and you're allowed to show them. You are allowed to feel them. And another one is mental health services are more suited for men. That is not true, because every therapy session is suited and tailored for this any particular client, whether male or female, regardless of the gender. Okay, so if you go seek therapy today, if you want to see a therapist who is going to help you through these issues, they will tailor the sessions to your benefit. This is not a women thing. This is not something that is only meant for women. Even men go through therapy. Even men are tailored for therapy. Okay, so the myths and misconceptions, we should challenge them. We should try as much as possible to get away from that. Okay, and bring a safe space where men can be able to talk about whatever they're feeling. Which brings us to the next topic, which is why men don't open up. Number one is societal expectations and gender norms. In our society, we've already normalized the fact that men are our heroes, men are masculine, men don't show emotion, because that is what the society expects. But we should move away from that and normalize the fact that men are actually human and they actually feel. So the societal expectations, if you listen to them, you find yourself in a hole that you can't get yourself out of. It is manly to be strong, but it is also manly to seek help whenever you feel defeated. Whenever you feel like you're in a situation where you can't be helped, or rather you can't help yourself. So you seek help elsewhere. So the societal expectations are one of the reasons why men do not actually open up. Because in the society, you're seen as this strong man, this manly man, self-reliant, who is stoic, who is not able to seek for help. We should be able to be changed. Okay? Another one is fear of stigma and judgment. Yes, men actually fear judgment. When you go to talk to somebody, maybe a friend, a relative, and you explain to them what exactly you're feeling, and the first thing that comes to their mind is judgment. This man is weak. I actually never knew this man is weak. That is so wrong. Because when you start judging this particular person who is actually in need of your help, you're actually placing a barrier where they won't be able to open up about whatever they are feeling. So the stigma that is already in the society that men do not go through or rather experience mental health issues. So meaning if a man is feeling overwhelmed by emotions, if they feel in a particular way they are being defeated by emotions or some things that they're going through, they won't be able to talk about it because the society has already set it out there that if you talk about the problems you're going through, you are a weak man, which is something that we should actually change because it takes a lot of strength, trust me, it does, to actually seek for help. So the fear of stigma and judgment is also a reason why these men will not open up. They will not be able to share whatever they are going through. Another one is lack of emotional literacy. You will find a man is going through so much anger, going through so much aggression, or they are easily irritable, but they really can't explain what they are feeling. Emotional illiteracy. They can't explain their emotions. Remember from childhood, this boy has been taught to bottle up everything inside them. So from childhood, growing up into teenagehood, growing up to now an adult who has a family, who's now rearing children from a very young age. Now this person does not understand the emotions they are having. Some of them don't even have the vocabulary to actually explain what it is that they are feeling. And because of that, they won't be able to share whatever they're feeling. They won't be able to actually get into depth about what exactly is going on in them or in their minds, their thoughts and their feelings. So it becomes really hard to share some of these things and have a communication, or rather explain about that particular feeling or emotion. Another one is fear of consequences. Some of the consequences are maybe losing a job or losing a girlfriend or spouse. Let me explain that. Some men may go to the HR, talk about the issues they may be having, and the HR may take that as an advantage. Remember, this is an organization, and the HR is always looking for the best option for the company. Okay, so when this man approaches them to maybe ask for an off day, or maybe seek some time off where they can be able to go figure out the things they are having, or maybe go seek therapy somewhere else, that will be taken advantage of, because the society has already placed it to be someone who's incapable of doing their work, someone who is weak, someone who won't be able to carry on with the work they are having at this particular moment. And in a week, in a month, or in a year, this person might definitely lose their job. So it brings about the job insecurity. So they'd rather keep quiet about it, rather bottle up their problems, keep them inside, because they're fearing the consequences of actually opening up to the company and explaining what exactly they're feeling. Of which, in that, it is going to affect their productivity. Remember, when you're already having mental health issues, your productivity is low. Your work is affected, your personal life is affected, which in turn affects you at work. Another one, like I was saying, is the relationships. When you tell your girlfriend that you're going through depression, maybe you're having suicidal ideations, maybe you're going through anxiety, some may understand and some may be a very good support system for you and help you through it. But some of them will actually run away. They will leave you, and in that you'll be left alone, and you'll actually be having more trouble and even increased mental health issues, because now you're bringing in abandonment issues. If I am able to talk about my issues and I am left, you know and because you're left because of those mental health issues, so of course you'll be fearing the consequences about opening up. Maybe when you get the next person, you won't be able to tell them whatever you're going through. If you have maybe a disorder like bipolar, you won't be able to tell this particular person what you've been going through, what you're feeling, the medication and everything, because you're fearing the same may repeat itself and this person may leave. So the fear of consequences is also something that they actually fear opening up about, because they do not know the outcome. They are uncertain of what will happen next. Okay. And another one is lack of media representation. Someone tell me, all these ads that we have on the television, the programs that are usually running every day, and even these things we usually love just watching, even social media. Tell me who has actually opened up about the media, that is, which has shown maybe a man or a woman who has been able to actually overcome some of these mental health issues. There is none. There is little to none representation of people who have actually recovered from mental health issues. And because of that, some of them do not actually believe that there is a way out of this. Some of them do not actually see that someone can actually recover from this and get back to the society and be more productive, because there's no one who actually shows evidence of things like that. So to a man who is in the village right now, who is actually maybe thinking of going to therapy, they do not really know if it works. They actually doubt the resources. They actually don't trust that going for therapy or seeking therapy in any way is going to be helpful in any way, or opening up for that matter. So the media representation, rather misrepresentation, has not helped in any way for men to open up. Maybe if we showed more people who are able to recover from their mental health issues and help the men actually see that it's actually possible to recover from bipolar. It's actually possible to recover from depression, from substance and drug abuse. If we show that in the media, it will be able to actually paint a different picture and show a different perspective. Which brings me to the lack of role models. We rarely see men or big people in the society who have actually recovered from whatever they are going through. Some of them will recover from them in silence. They will rarely show anything publicly. So meaning, if a man today wanted to maybe get a role model who will actually take him through the journey, or someone who can actually ascertain that going through therapy actually helps, they won't find any. There is next to none actually. So the lack of role models and lack of media representation is one of the reasons why most of them will actually not seek for help, because they have not seen any evidence that will actually prove that this actually works, that therapy actually helps, which has to change. Another one is fear of losing respect. You have this respect, you have people who are actually holding you up as a hero in the community, a leader, a potential political leader in the society. You understand? You are put in a very high standing. So when you open up about it, you fear that people will actually lose respect for you, that people actually start seeing you in a different way, seeing you, that is, judging you in a different way. And that is what men fear, losing the respect that they once had in the society. So they won't open up about it. They will keep it to themselves, decide not to talk about it so that they can keep their respect in their families, in the general society, and even in a country. So you will suffer in silence, suffer from mental health issues because you do not want to lose respect that you have in the society, which is so wrong. Because remember, above the society, you are your own self. You have yourself to take care of, because your mental health is your priority. So yes, sometimes the society has brought about this misjudgment that has actually caused men not to open up, because we've already put this picture, painted this picture about mental health that discourages them from talking about the issues they're going through. Another one is personal experiences. You have heard of men who have gone to open up to their friends, and their friends go ahead and spread it everywhere and tell everybody. They now become radio citizen, telling every friend that they meet that you're going through issues. Going to work, maybe it's a colleague, you tell them and they go spreading the news. Maybe it is your spouse, they go ahead and spread the news. So that personal experience has actually hindered you from talking about the issues that you may have in the future, making it hard for you to actually open up and keeping it bottled up, which brings more problems than it actually helps. So that is one of the reasons why men don't open up. Another one is peer pressure. Have you ever seen when men go for the boys' nights? They go meet, and this one is talking about opening a new company. This one is talking about promotion. This one is talking about buying things and importing them into the country. This one is talking about flying everyone abroad, or maybe they're moving and relocating to abroad. Everyone in that circle is doing well in their lives. And then here comes you, who has financial problems, who has relationship issues, who has anger management issues. So the peer pressure makes it hard for you to actually open up. When you find that all your group circle is doing well, is succeeding in everything that they're doing, but all you're doing is wobbling, all you're doing is failing, that becomes very hard for you to open up, of course. Because you find you're in this environment where you feel like they won't accept you. You feel like they won't be able to, they will actually judge you from whatever you're going through. And that, of course, is going to be hard for you to open up. Sawa. And last but not least, let's talk about the strategies we can actually take as a society that is going to help men's mental health. Strategy number one is we promote open communication. Let's talk about it. Let's have open discussions. Let's spread awareness, educate men about mental health issues. You know, with us already having this myth that men do not go through mental health issues, we should change that. Change the narrative to men actually do go through mental health issues. Because you may find that drinking could be a recreation, but it is actually a problem. Let's talk about it. You may find that anxiety may not be very outspoken, but if we have that open communication, spread awareness to the people, make them understand that anxiety is actually a disorder and it is actually a mental health issue, someone else somewhere is going to actually get that information, and it is going to help them be able to seek for not education, but seek for medication, okay? Seek for therapy. Number two is challenging stigma and stereotypes. You have had the stigma I just told you about, and you know more. I haven't touched on all of them. You know more of the societal expectations and the stereotypes of men's mental health. Let's challenge that. Let's try as much as possible to change that. We have to be this community that actually embraces and normalizes mental health issues in men. And in that, helping them actually be able to open up about the issues they have, be able to talk about the issues that they may be going through. So that in the future, we bring up a generation that is emotionally literate, that is able to talk about their problems and open up about it. Okay, number three is healthy coping mechanisms. Now, let's step away from the drinking. Let's step away from the risky behavior, the promiscuity. Let's move away from that. Let's come to the healthy coping mechanisms. Take care of yourself. Go take breaks whenever it's necessary. From work, if you feel like you're really overwhelmed or you're tired, you're fatigued, so that we avoid burnout, take breaks. Coping mechanisms also include journaling. That is not a woman thing. You can actually take a book and put down whatever feelings you're having, put down whatever thoughts you're having. That is actually one of the ways you can be able to help yourself beat some of these mental health issues, like anxiety, like depression. Okay, another coping mechanism is exercise. If you love the gym, go to the gym. Have those that 1 hour, 2 hours that you love, your alone time. Go there, exercise, and refresh your mind. Get back to the A game that you can best be. Sawa. And another thing is take care of your diet. That is also a coping mechanism. Some of them may use it as some of them may actually develop an eating disorder because of the issues they have. You can either be eating too much or eating less. So now, create a balanced diet that is going to help you become healthier. Okay? And another thing is build social support. When I was talking about these friends who have made it in life, be in a group that you can actually open up about your problems with. Be in a group that you feel safe with. Be in a group where they won't judge you in any way. They'll actually be looking for ways in which they can help you overcome whatever you're going through. That is the right group for you. Okay. Another one is encourage professional help. If you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like you have so much issues and no one around you is understanding you, then please, you can seek therapy. That one is really going to be beneficial for you. It is going to help you overcome so many of these mental health issues. Professional help really does help. Professional care services really does help. So seek a therapist if need be. And access to resources. Resources include therapists. Resources include websites where you can be able to actually scroll and find someone who's best fit for you. Go talk to that person, explain whatever you're feeling, and express yourself. That way, you can be able to get a way in which you can be able to help yourself overcome most of these mental health issues. And last but not least is self-care practices. Like I said, take breaks. Go for that haircut. and look a swim, take a weekend, maybe go to Mombasa, and you just go, relax. Spend time with your family members, with your friends, do hobbies that you love, exercise, take nature walks, and arboretum, utembe. You just, or Karura, go for a hike, Those are some of the healthcare practices. And yes, it is going to help you. It is going to have a very significant impact in your life and in your mental health. Remember, your mental health is your priority. And to the society at large, I'd like us to urge, I'd like to urge everybody to understand that mental health happens to everybody. It can affect a woman, a man, anyone of any gender, any age. So let's not oppress or judge men or stigmatize them into not seeking help, because we need them in the society. We need them to be okay so that we can move forward in this society. And to you men, open up, talk about it, feel it, express it. Okay, just go share with one person who you trust. If you feel uncomfortable, go to a therapist. You can choose the one to your liking, either male or female, older or younger, the one who can actually help you. And at the end of the day, we will have a healthy society, which is bringing up another healthy society. Thank you so much for listening to this. I'm urging you to continue liking and subscribing. And of course, it has been your host, Ndenya. I'd like to wish all the men a wonderful rest of the month. Please take care of yourselves. And of course, I will see you on the next video. Bye.